Hi there, I'm Apeksha Patil. I bring timely videos on education, anything and everything about education system in today's time. And because I'm a biology lecturer, I even bring health related topic videos also. Today's topic is National Education Policy 2020. If you are a young parent or your children are studying in any standard, then this video will be definitely useful for you because I'm gonna give all the highlights about National Education Policy 2020. This education policy was conducted by considering even the Jilla Panchayats, Taluk Panchayats, everything, and all the suggestions were gathered from every nook and corner of India, and this policy is being designed. Under the able guidance of Dr. Kasturi Ranjan, who is former ISRO scientist, this education policy is being designed. Our education policy for the first time was designed in 1968, then it was again revised in 1986 and slight modulations and modifications were made in 1992. But a stable and everyone who can accept this education policy is being brought now, that is in 2020. But one thing is, this education policy will be applicable from 2022. Henceforth, HRD Ministry will be called as Ministry of Education. Let us look into the highlights of this complete policy. The whole of the education system, which was starting from 5th or the 6th year, it will be considered from 3 years onwards now. Of course, you can ask that your children go to kindergartens right from the age of 3 or 2.8. But that 3 or 2.8 age till they come to first year, that is first standard of learning, it was not under the surveillance of the government. Now that will be under the surveillance of government. So the education system is now divided into 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. So let us take up one by one. 5 years, which will include that the child will take the entry into the school right at the age of 3 years. 3, 4 and 5, they will be in the kindergarten system but under the government surveillance, and once they enter first standard and second standard, that will be the second session. So this 5 years is divided into 3 years plus 2 years and it is called as foundation stage. Here the good news is no exams will be conducted to the children. Next stage is the next 3 years, that is called as preparatory stage. This preparatory stage will start from 3rd standard, 4th standard and 5th standard. Here there was lot of complications in understanding, that is which was heard from the ministry, that is it is compulsory or mandatory that the regional language should be the medium of teaching. It is not so. It is made very clear that it is completely the school choice which medium they want to teach, but they have to include the regional language as one of the subject. But when it comes to government schools, it is mandatory that they teach all the students in the regional language medium. Now comes the middle stage, and this middle stage will be again for 3 years. In these 3 years, that is from 6th, 7th and 8th, the new things which are added is, along with the subjects which are prevailing right now, with them 2 more subjects are included, that is computer coding. Then along with this, 1 more subject is included, that is vocational training. Now what is vocational training? It is something skill based training. For example, if a student is very much interested right from the age of 6th standard to know about bikes, mechanics, their parts, or anyone is interested in knitting, cooking, painting, yes, that will be considered as a subject and they have to write the exam and get marks on that. The next stage is called as secondary stage. In this secondary stage, which will start from 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th, here the new things added is there is a scope to take international languages. Any foreign languages can be taken as one of the subject, and the prime thing to notice here is a mixture or any subject that the student wishes is allowed to take. That is, they can take physics, they can take geography, they can take accountancy, they can make a blend of any subject which they are interested about, which will also include painting, dancing, music, drama, everything that will be studied as a subject. Board exams will be considered or it will be conducted twice a year. That is, if a student fails in the first sem to write the exam or he has not performed it well, they can write it once again. But no much clarity is given on that. Whether they will make it semester-wise exam or the whole yearly exam is made twice, no much information has been allotted on this. Coming to the graduation level, now onwards, no one will call or no one will ask that are you a commerce background, are you a science background, are you a BSc graduate, BCom graduate, arts graduate. Now all of them are removed because there is a blend of subjects. As I told you in the previous stage, you are only called as graduates. Now these graduation levels will be of 4 years. First year, that is called as graduate certificate. Second year, graduate diploma. Third year, it is called as degree, and fourth year, it is called as research. Each year, the students will get respective certificates. Now, first year, if a student is studying and for some reasons, if he has to discontinue, then they can take the sabbatical gap and again come back and start their education from second year. So now the question arises, what about these government examinations, the job examinations? So for that, the 3 years of degree is being required. So once the third year is completed, they are considered that they are eligible to write or take up the government based examinations. MPhil is completely removed and PhD will be considered for 4+ years. That will be kept as it is. Now the B.Ed course is said that from 2030 it will be made as a 4-year course. The big news or the great news which I like the most about this complete policy is India has allowed 50 top world's universities to come to India and open their branches. So new parents are completely on the advantage side that once their children come up to or they finish their 10 to 15 years of education, right away they can take their admissions in big universities like Oxford University, Harvard University, top 50 universities of the whole world. India has given them permission to come and open their units. So this is really a big revolution or an evolution you can call, which is making India grow more and more from the young generation point of view. So these were the highlights of this national education policy. For your reference, in the description, I will pin all the details about it, the notification which has come on the national education system. You can go through that. If you like my effort and information, do like, subscribe and comment to my channel and keep supporting. Thank you. Have a great day.